Recording in progress.
Hey there, everyone. I'm Jayant from Team Learn Today. And in this episode of Hustle Today, we are going to answer a lot of questions that we might have. So, freelancing is a very popular choice amongst all our students, and there are a couple of questions that keep coming our way. Questions like, how do we land clients if we are kind of shy for cold calling? How do we generate leads organically? How do we build a portfolio to show to clients that we are an expert? Uh, how do we replace our current income with our freelancing income, or to actually start earning with a proper margin in freelancing? And how to start freelancing with a recurring income? Because most people think that freelancing is kind of uncertain and it is like one time thing. How do we land clients that pay us in recurring amounts? So we will be answering all of that in today's interview with Arnab, who is one of our top interns in batch 11, and he has generated more than 5 times the money his client has invested. He has landed multiple clients who are paying him on recurring basis, and we will also learn how he, being a banker with a little bit of interest in e-commerce, started multiple e-commerce stores, scaled them to the moon, sold the stores, and also uh, started freelancing in the same domain. So without any further ado, let's welcome Arnab. All right. Hi Arnab, what's up?
I'm fine, Jayant. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So, welcome to another interview of Hustle Today. And your story is pretty fascinating because you literally have replaced your current job salary with your freelancing salary, and that too, you have landed clients on a recurring basis, which is pretty rare in terms of freelancers, is what I know. I have known a lot of freelancers, and I would love to know your story. And why don't we start by, you telling yourself, you telling something about yourself, like
Okay.
pre-digital marketing, how was your life?
Thanks for featuring me in Learn Today and inviting me. Uh, I started in 2017. Currently,
Hmm.
I'm in e-commerce niche. I'm a digital marketing consultant, Facebook ad expert, copywriter, and website developer. In 2017, when uh, I started with physical products in Instamozo. Then I came to know about Shopify and switched to Shopify. I started an US dropshipping store that was doing pretty well, but I started Indian e-commerce in 2020, and it was a huge success for me. I actually in ClickFunnels they say you are one funnel away, and in e-commerce I say you are one winning product away. So I got my winning product in couple of weeks, and it was uh, the lockdown period, and the product went really well. And with the help of TikTok ads and Facebook ads, I scaled up to 100 plus orders, and it was really profitable for me.
Hmm.
But at the time I was in a job, and that assignment actually led me travels. And in Indian accounts, there are some operational steps like packing, confirming order, shipment. So what happened? I was uh, finding it difficult to manage both the ends, and eventually had to close the store. But marketing was something that really never left me. As they say, once a marketer, always a marketer. I helped the people who had e-commerce stores with Facebook ads. Here, I had only had to take care of marketing part, not the operation part. Gradually, I started landing clients in e-commerce niche and other niches as well, for coaches, for restaurants, for doctors. I used to manage their Facebook ads, started building their websites, did copywriting, because copywriting is all about selling your stuff by words, and it's really a crucial part of marketing. So like this I started, and gradually I started feeling that I need a compact knowledge about marketing, about funnels and all the other steps. So I joined DDIP, and after that, it was almost a piece of cake. I started gaining different knowledges. My mindset was completely changed, and currently I am having 3 recurring clients who pays me in a regular basis, and I am able to generate 50 to 60,000 per month with my freelancing. And from job, definitely that much amount, 50 to 6,000 I earn. And I am also building my SaaS products, which I am. It is in minimum viable stage. I am planning to launch it very soon, probably at the end of this year. And that's pretty much it.
That is not it. That is like so many things packed together in just one thing. Like you have run your e-commerce store, you have landed recurring clients, replaced your current income with freelancing income. That's two on the
Right.
side. On top of it, you are building a SaaS product, which is huge in itself. So
Right.
I would like to ask, like, how do you land these clients? Because freelancing is a very uh, is the most popular topic amongst our students. As you know, you are from batch 11.
Right.
So I have seen a lot of people that most of them target like one-time work, like one-time content writing work or one-time
Mm.
let's say some other work, but you have managed to land like clients who pay on recurring. It's like literally having 3 clients is like having 3 different jobs. So
Right.
even if you lose one job, you have 4 more, like 3 more,
Right.
right? Who
Right.
can help you survive. So it is really cool to have. So how did you find these clients, and how did you convince them to pay you on a recurring basis? Can you please shed some light on that?
Okay. Firstly, I optimize my social profiles very professionally, and I give values in niche groups. Like for ecom, there are for Shopify or maybe Amazon e-commerce, there are some niche groups. There are people who are really interested to grow their business. They ask questions. Suppose their Facebook account is getting banned. So my first client in recurring client which I landed, I got like this only. At that point of time, Facebook was banning lots of accounts. So I created a small post, educated people like how they can take care of some things so that their account doesn't get banned. And I shared a free lead magnet as well. So people downloaded that. They contact me that it seems you are a expert in this niche. So can you please help us? So in that call, there was a call, and I provided. The first client was doing job, but side by side he was willing to build his e-commerce store. So, but he did not have complete knowledge how to set up Indian e-commerce, how to get products from, how to ship, how to dispatch the products, how to take care of customer service and all. So in the call, I from step by step, from start to finish, I guided. This is the process. If you do like this, uh, eventually you will get a long-term profitable business. And he said, okay, I understood. Why don't you do it for me and I'll pay you for that? Okay, that's fine. So firstly, I created his website with Shopify, because I am in this niche for quite a few time, for a few years. So I know some suppliers. I helped to get him a good supplier, got a winning product from him, and started doing Facebook ads for him. And Facebook ad, it's like it is a recurring basis only. Like in initial days, you have to start Facebook ads, and you'll get orders almost instantly. So it's a recurring job only. So one-time charge was for creating the Shopify website, and recurring charges was for managing Facebook ads and creating the funnel. And so like this, I got my first client. And to get recurring clients, you have to give value. Like if client is giving you money, what you are offering him, definitely value. People compete on price. If some freelancer is charging 20,000, some other people like say, okay, I'll do it for you in 15,000 or maybe 10,000. But that's not the point. People don't hesitate to pay you if you are giving him proper value. If you are helping him to get rich, eventually you will become rich as well.
Exactly.
Right. And definitely if people ask questions in different groups, in LinkedIn groups or Facebook groups, I provide him value. If they ask question, most of the people just pitch him, okay, contact me, DM me, I'll do it for you
Exactly.
free. That's not the way. If you show your authority, like this is his question, you can explain him, okay, this is the first step, this is the second step, and take care of these things, and that is the process. Like uh, this is your problem, you follow these steps, and this will be done. So people understand, okay, you have the knowledge on that domain, so you are the right fit for them. Obviously everyone will not going to hire you, but if they get value, eventually sooner or later they will give you that project.
Exactly. And
Right.
I feel like that is the best way to do it. The value-based marketing is something that everyone should do. And not everybody does that, because I have literally
Right.
done it myself. The exact steps what you mentioned, I do that. That's my go-to strategy to land clients. And what happens is, like, I would see, like, somebody will post a problem, but instead of solving those, people will be like pitching, hey, DM me, I'll give you an answer. Let's
Right.
get on a strategy call. I'm like, that dude is just asking for a solution. Just give them a solution. No.
Right.
So I also did that, and it just works. But here's my question,
Right.
like, you and I know it works. And do you think that this strategy of just helping people selflessly, I mean, obviously, you can craft your answer in such a way that you can give a complete detail of the answer and also have a call to action ki, okay, if you want more, DM me. That also can be there. But do you think that this strategy is something that everybody can use?
Yes, pretty much can use, and this is the best method out there. And after this lockdown hit the market, lots of people are in digital marketing, and when I rarely do some cold calls, but even I talk with some client, they, if it is a new client, they say, okay, lots of people are pitching me like this, so it seems there are lots of people in this digital marketing. So like, how do you deal with competition? Give value, and see, now as a newcomer in this digital marketing industry, they would not know how to give proper value. But if you have experience, and how do you gain experience? By doing, by practicing, by failing. And if you give proper value to clients, definitely sooner or later they will hire. If you pitch 10 clients, uh, like 80 or 90% of the time they will give you a call. If he does not hire you right now, maybe after 2 weeks or after 1 month they will definitely contact. And this had happened to me.
Exactly. No, but I think that even beginners can use this strategy. Matlab, it's like my personal view,
Yes.
but because I started it when I was a beginner. But yeah, see, if you solve a more complex problem, you get
Hmm.
paid more.
Right.
But if you are a beginner, obviously you are not qualified to solve the complex problems, but you can at least solve the simple problems.
Seven o'clock. Right.
For example, I had this conversation with one of the guys. What happened was, like, he texted me on WhatsApp and he said, like, Jan bhai, I got a client. I mean, the client is interested to talk to me, talking to me. How should I pitch? I'm like, what all services are you providing? I'm like, he
Hmm.
said, he like funnel building, Facebook ads, copywriting, email marketing. Like, he listed like a bunch of services. I'm like, wow, you know all this? He says, like, no, no, Jan, I'm just a beginner. This is my first gig. I'm like, dude, just dump everything. Just focus on one thing first.
Right. Right.
So, I asked him, like, what exactly was your client's problem? He's like, he's not getting sales. I'm
Hmm.
like, then break it down, no? Like, at least you optimize his ads first. Once you optimize his ads, then you optimize his landing copy. Step by step, you can always do that.
Hmm.
But if you don't have the experience, you obviously cannot solve this complex problem. But let's say you are a
Hmm.
complete beginner and you just know one thing. You don't have to be a big expert or anything. You just know how to write a good Facebook ad copy. As
Mhm.
simple as that. You can
Mhm.
absolutely land some clients who can keep giving you Facebook ad copies to write. What do you think?
Yes, and this is the way only. Like they say, riches are in the niches, right? You start with one gig or one domain. Like I started with e-commerce. Obviously, e-commerce is a big domain. It has Facebook ads, copywriting, it has you know getting the videos ready for ads, ad copies. But even if you start with website development, you can start with that. In fact, the first gig I got was for e-commerce website development only. Then that was definitely that was a single time one time job. But for recording, I started Facebook ads and all that. But initially you have to master one thing and keep learning the other steps. That's
Exactly.
the way.
Exactly. I would
Because if
suggest
you
like niche
started
always has like, yeah, please go on. Please go on. You were saying something.
if you start you try your hands in different things, you will get small knowledge or like little knowledge. But the way which I have followed in my life is get good details in one niche and then start doing the other steps.
Hmm.
And this
Hmm.
actually helps if you uh, understand the concept of Facebook ads. The same concept is followed in Google ads, TikTok ads. Obviously the platform is different, but concept is the same only.
Yeah. Yeah, that's there. That's there. Now, what I mentioned, like when it comes to niche, I see niche as like twofold system. There is always a skill and there is
Mhm.
always a market.
Right.
So I can't say, ki, okay, SEO is my niche. I can say SEO for e-commerce can be a
Mhm.
niche, or SEO for travel agency is a niche. So one has to just pick one skill and one industry, and they just have to do it for a while. That's how much it goes.
All right.
But one of the biggest things that freelancer or the beginner freelancers face is they don't know which niche to focus on because it's a very vast area, right? So what would be your advice to those people who are just getting started? They think that they can take any kind of project and they can do anything, but eventually they end up with very bad clients or with very
All
bad
right.
uh, you know uh, experience. Then they start complaining that are freelancing काम नहीं करता, this is not working in India, and they start complaining. But that's not so. You and I know that. So what would be your advice to those beginner people? How should they go about selecting their niche?
uh, if I tell you my example, I was doing my e-commerce store, so I had experience with e-commerce store development, running campaigns and all this stuff. So with small budget, firstly invest some small budget in your business. You don't have to have a proper business, but just test things out how this works.
Exactly.
Because if you read 3 or 4 books on Facebook ads and don't practice, you won't learn. You learn only by doing and failing. When you fail, you understand this is the reason. You analyze and understand this is the reason why my ad did not actually work. You work on those and you learn. So what happened to me when the first day I ran Facebook ads, my account was banned. I took all the precautions, but it was still banned. I contacted Facebook support. They insisted that account, and gradually I learned what works and what don't doesn't actually work. So like this, find it can be SEO, it can be content writing, it can be e-commerce, Facebook, anything you like. First practice, learn some hands-on experience, and then pitch clients. Because if there are clients whose mentality is I'll run ads and from the first day I'll have $100. That does not happen unless and until your
Absolutely. It
pixel is
happened with my
matured.
store, right?
I'll come to
So
that.
we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Yeah.
Right. So even the client complains that, oh, I'm not getting sales, this I mean, I'm investing but not getting ROI. You should know what I mean how to deal with the objection of that client. You have to educate, okay buddy, this will not
Much more
work
than
from the
then a
first day.
freelancer or even an agency, they have to have that. Sorry to cut you off, by the way.
Okay.
They have to have that skill of iteration. because a lot
Right.
of things that we see is completely iteration. Because you can have, you can learn digital marketing from Harvard University, still you can
Mm,
fail at a
mm,
campaign, because it's the market doesn't respond. It doesn't matter what you have learned, right? So you have to
right.
iterate, find a sweet spot that responds to the market, then you
Mm,
continue with the campaign.
right.
And what you mentioned essentially was any freelancer, they need to have a project first. Am I
Right.
correct? They need to have a
Right.
project because there is this saying, right? काम बोलता है.
Right.
So even if it's a small project, and I think DDIP is based exactly on those terms. And
Right.
if somebody actually works really hard in this to create a
Mm,
project, definitely they'll, like, it's a sure shot way to success out there.
right.
Hmm. Hmm. That's great. Now next, let's come to the second biggest secret of yours. I mean, you have managed to land these clients on a recurring basis, right? They keep on
Right.
paying you month after month for managing their stores and whatnot. So, what is your secret? Let's spill it out.
Nothing like that. Uh, when I got my first recurring clients, I showed the result in LinkedIn, in Facebook, in different social media channels, and the results were so good because it was a complete brand new store, and in maybe in 15 or 16 days, we were able to manage close to 2 lakhs, and that too of maybe I think 22,000 or 25,000 was the ad spend. So the ROAS was pretty high, and Deepak sir actually posted in his Insta story, and there were some followers of him who was actually business owners. They started contacting me. I saw your result. I said, I shared this story to Deepak sir in mail. How did you get this screenshot and all? He said he's shared in Insta story. That's fine. So he contacted me, and actually that particular person who contacted me is my client today. And when you as you said, the calm bolta hai, like if you show the result you have achieved for a client, people will trust you, and they have, because they see that you have the potential to do the same for their business as well. And like this I got my another client, and things go on. Like if the secret is like, just achieve some results. It may be small, like in 15 days was able to generate 2 lakhs. That's pretty decent. And showing those results you can get more clients.
Yeah. And obviously, I mean, if somebody earns that much, and if you give somebody some results, they will agree to keep you with them for a very long time, as long as you keep giving them
Right.
results. That's how the world works. And
Right.
for those who don't know, our viewers, I myself have hired Arnab to manage my own store, and he runs Facebook ads for me. And we reached within 21 days, I think we crossed 1.5 lakhs, right?
Not 21, I guess it was in 15 days.
15 days, yeah, almost
Right.
15. But we had a little bit of lag in the beginning,
Right.
so I'm
Right.
counting that as well. So let's
Okay.
talk about that. What exactly happened during the beginning? And especially, I think this will be helpful for those people who are interested in e-commerce. And I think
Mm.
this is one of my biggest learnings in e-commerce. And let's talk about that. What exactly happened in the first week,
Okay.
and how did you manage to recover my store out of poverty to richness?
No, actually, lately what I've understood, Facebook ad accounts works differently for different accounts. The same product I used in my first client's store, and from the first day it did really well. But when it came to your store, the first 3 4 days were like unable to figure out what is happening, because ad spends was like maybe 1,000 1,500, but we're getting clicks, but people was not purchasing. So we're not getting they are not getting actually converted. Copywriting was there, everything was there. We analyzed the uh, okay, what actually happened. at that time there were two clients. One is Jayant and another guy. Both had in they were in same niche, same kinds of products, and both the ads went in learning phase. The people who don't know, learning phase is something here your Facebook ad campaign goes pretty unstable. The first day maybe you get two purchase, second day you got three purchase, and the next day you may not get any purchase at all.
So basically, what happens is when the account is new and you run ads and you don't see conversions, Facebook thinks that now the ad should not be optimized for conversion, it should be optimized to train the pixel. So
Right.
the effort is very much divided. So if it goes into the learning phase, means you'll see your marketing campaign go haywire and drop in conversions. That's pretty much what
Right.
happens.
So for the first guy, his ad spends was maybe 500. The first day he got two purchase. I was managing that, and
Lucky man.
and the second day he got three purchase, and the next day he did not get any purchase. He said, "Okay, I did not get any purchase. I'll close off the ad." I said, "See, this is not the process. Give some time to the pixel, it will work for you." So he said, "No, I am not interested in this product. I'll choose some another product." Till date he has not able to get his next product. So but in our case, we and me and Jen, uh, we decided we'll go on, let this pixel be measured. Even if in the first month we did not get any purchase, that is pretty fine. We'll stick to our product, our strategy which we have already planned. We analyzed our campaign and we found that we're getting clicks but not conversion. So our ad copy, ad creative, audience research was working fine. There was issue in our offer. It was a little overpriced, and
I don't
the
think
landing
that.
page
I
and landing page.
think there are a lot of things. I think that because of that one lesson, right? So I have worked with e-commerce clients, but I never had this lesson within so few days regarding this. I mean, I learned how to audit an ad because of you. Thank you very much for that. Because you and I both are constantly working. Ki kya ho raha hai? Why are we not getting sales? And like we are analyzing. Okay, ad is performing well, reach is high, clicks are high. Just people are not converting. Then I think we changed the price also. Then still we did not get the conversion. We dropped the price, but still we did not get conversions.
Right.
Then we realized that the problem was with the landing page
Landing
design.
page.
The branding
Right.
was like very too much salesy. Oh, like it's like out. It was like out there. He le
Right.
lo tum. It was like that. So I think that makes sense. And you know that one strategy I have used in so many clients' cases, and it just works. So I realized recently, like Facebook is a native ad platform, right? Native ads like means your ad post should look like the normal posts of Facebook, but it should
Right.
be an ad. And that's what we
Right.
have been doing. So ads are pretty successful, but once they come into the landing page, now the sales process starts.
Right.
And a very interesting thing mentioned in this book, Sell Like Crazy. I was reading this book to optimize my ads because this guy is good. So he mentions like selling is seduction. So you don't ask a girl you met just now, okay, hey, come to my room, right? Or you can marry me or something, right? You build up the romance, right? You date them for a while, you explore each other a bit. So there has to be a suspense, and in the end there has to be an offer. And but in our landing page back then, it was like पहले स्टेप में अंदर आते ही buy now. There is a countdown timer. If you don't buy, you will lose the opportunity. And people are like typical Indians, right? नहीं मिल रहा है, कोई बात नहीं. We'll wait for the next offer. So we are pretty laid back with that, and everybody knows at least कि you'll get a better offer all the time. So I think that was the biggest reason. And when we changed that design to a pretty minimalistic,
Right.
improved the branding element of it, I think it showed pretty good results after that.
Pretty good. And the moment, the day we changed the price and the landing page, I still remember it was in the evening. It was probably in Saturday or Sunday. I went for a work for 1 hour, and when I came back and checked my phone, I said we had three orders. I say, okay, now it's working. And that day we actually get 8 orders, and out of 8, 5 was prepaid orders. And then we started moving on, and we saw the spike in the graph, and with the ad spend of 1,000 or 1,500, we were able to generate 6,000, 7,000
I think
continuous
we
sale.
crossed like 7 to 8 ROAS, so easily we crossed.
Right, right.
Hmm.
And I still remember it was 15th of August, and with the same ad spend, we was able to generate 22,000 in revenue.
One day. In one
And
day, we spent 2000 rupees and we got like 22,000 of order,
right,
which was like crazy. Even I was like, dude, like, what are we doing? Like, ऐसा होता है? So yeah, I
uh,
think that's the price of iteration. When you have a little bit of patience and you are patient enough to work on a brand, success is guaranteed. But
right.
when people say okay, 95% of the stores fail, the reason is like these 95% wala stores, they don't work enough on the brand itself, and I guess that's how.
Right. As I follow this from my beginning of this journey, I say marketing is not a sprint; it's a marathon. Like you have to I mean, the mindset is you have to have like that. I from the first day, if you chase the revenue and the ROAS, eventually you'll fail. You have to understand what works, what does not work. Initially, you have to invest on ads, in branding. You have to be patient, and it will definitely work. But you have to have the patient. Like most of the people think will run of worth of 200 rupees and will generate lakhs of sales.
Never
I mean,
happens.
that is
Absolutely,
not
that's
possible from
like
the first day.
craziest things.
It will give you result definitely, but you have to allow the pixel to match you.
Hmm.
You can achieve 20x OS, 10x OS, everything is possible, but you have to be patient and you have to know what works, what does not work. If this is working for my store, it may not work for your store. Your strategy, your audience, your pixel is different. You have to learn that and optimize your ad accordingly. Like the first guy I mentioned, his ad was doing really well. If he would have continued, maybe he would cost much more revenue than us, but he did not do that. So eventually he did not make much money. But in our case, the first week was horrible for us, but the next 4 or 5 weeks, it was pretty much success, and it was actually an automated machine. Like we did not have to you know spent more than 5 minutes in our store because everything was there. Audience research was perfect,
Yeah.
copy was working well, creative was doing pretty fine,
It was
and
pretty
we
much
had
on
our winning
automation.
product.
Yeah.
Right. We have to put some money in that machine in Facebook ads and start that, and you start getting sales. The only thing we had to do is confirming and dispatching the orders. That's all.
That was pretty crazy. Yeah. But yeah, that was pretty good experience. Like, I'm like, every owner should go, everyone who at least wants to become a freelancer in this particular domain, or if somebody wants to start their store, they should take this approach. And I have taken this exact approach in another one of my own clients, and it just worked. Like, one guy came to me and said like, I'm not getting sales. I audited it the exact same way like we did. Like, I was like, okay, show me how many impressions you have, because if the impression is
Mm.
high, that means the interest based targeting is good enough.
Okay.
So his impression was low. So we realized that okay, the targeting is too narrow. You need to make it broad. So when the
Mm.
targeting he made it broad, we realized that he was not getting clicks. So then we optimized the ad to get the clicks.
Mm.
Then we finally optimized the landing page to get the sales. So it was a proper step. But once we went through the iteration process, the sale, what do you call that, testing phase, it was like it scaled to the moon. I think that client got around 17 lakhs in 1 month. They
Okay.
scale it to that. Yeah, so this method works basically inline. So in any case, so you have been a student, you have been a very active student of batch 11 of DDIP. So before we end it, would you like to share some word about DDIP? How was the experience? Which was your favorite module?
Well, the first module of the program is the most powerful, and it tells you all about the mindset. how you plan your day, how you become productive with the work. And I mean, the price we actually paid was recorded on that first video only. You know, the subsequent modules was all about how you create your blog, run your Facebook ads, Google ads, SEO, and all this stuff. But that content you can find pretty much everywhere. But the mindset we have been developed in that program, you know, like in my 30 years of life, I have never find that valuable information which actually, you know, completely transformed my mindset. That is the most powerful, you know, the part of the DDI. And what price the price I actually paid was recovered in terms of cashback and bonus cashback. We paid uh, what I have actually paid. We got more than that. And you know, the experience was really valuable, and really, I mean,
I think you are one of the top interns in batch 11, right?
yes, a top 25.
Yeah,
It
nice.
would have been a top 10, but at that time, I mean, the job I was in, I mean, job is still there, but the assignment I was in would not allow me much time. But still, I worked in weekends and late nights, and completed all the assignments in time, and got all the cashbacks. And people who are skeptical about cashbacks, I assure you, I did not even have to you know, call them for cashbacks. I submit my assignments, and it was in my account actually in maybe in couple of days, or maximum in 1 week. And don't be skeptical about cashbacks. Okay, I have paid X amount, how much I can recover. Don't never go for instant gratification. Rather think, if I learn the skills, how I can monetize. Like if we go for you know, engineering degrees or MBA degrees, which take 4 years, 2 years, 3 years, and after that we get some job of 20,000, 30,000. But this is you know, a 3 months program or 4 months program, which actually gives you value and helps you to monetize from the first day only. I mean,
Exactly.
if you literally and religiously follow the steps they have mentioned in their program, you can definitely earn for lifelong. And you know, the value they share in the information they share, they have, I mean, the information are priceless.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you very much, Arnab. That was pretty inspiring, and the way you have been doing things is really good. And I look forward to working with you more because we are basically changing a lot in our store, and I'm excited
Right.
about it. And yes, I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, Jack.